welcome to another Moarhammer battle report. This is the first of maybe a few 40k battle reports. That's right, I'm branching out a little bit. Has been an intention to do this for a while, and it seems like a very good time now that I'm playing less fantasy and more Age of Sigmar underground based games. So there you go. So this is a 1500 point game, my Traitor Guard against a Orks list, and here are the lists. My primary detachment is an Inquisitorial detachment. I have an Order Malleus Inquisitor, who's my Warlord. He has Power Armour, a Demon Blade, a Power Fist, Empyrean Brain Mines, the Grimoire of True Names. He's a level 1 Psyker and has 2 Servo Skulls. Then there's an Order Hereticus Inquisitor with Power Armour, a Combi Plasma, a Chainsword and a Power Maul. And then an Inquisitorial Henchman Warband with 2 Crusaders, 3 Acolytes with Last Pistol Chainsword, 2 Acolytes with Stormbolts, and 2 Acolytes with Melter Guns. Then I have an Astra Militarum Allied Detachment with a Company Command Squad with a Commando Carapace Armour, Bolter, the Laurels of Command, Melter Bombs, and Crack Grenades. Then I have an Astropath and a Master of Ordnance in there as well. Then I have 1 Minister and Priest, a level 2 Primaris Psyker, an infantry platoon with a command squad with the platoon commander with a plasma pistol, 4 guardsmen with grenade launchers, and they're in a Taurox with a storm bolter. Then I have 2 infantry squads, both with missile launchers, 26 conscripts, 5 Ogryns, and a Leman Russ Executioner with plasma cannon sponsons, a hull heavy bolter, and a heavy stubber. And then I have another allied detachment of Militarum Tempestus, and there's a Commissar with a power axe, 7 Scions with 2 melter guns, a Tempesta with a Power Fist, and a Taurox Prime with hotshot volley guns and a Taurox Gatling Cannon, and a Stormbolter. The reason I've got these as allied detachment is it gives the Militarum Tempestus and the Taurox objectives secured, which is awesome. Here's his list. Didn't get it exactly. This is kind of everything that's relevant as far as I remember. He has a big mech, there's a Warlord, with Mega Armour, custom Mega Blaster, a custom Force Field, and a Thinking Cap, and a Boss Pole. Then he has an Orc Warboss in Mega Armour with a Combi Scorcher and Lucky Stick. And he was a dick. Then he's got 5 Mega Knobs with 2 Combi Scorchers, 20 Orc Boys with a Knob and Power Claw, and they've all got heavy armour. He's got 10 Grots, 10 Tank Busters in the truck, 3 Killer Cans with Grot Zookas, a Death Dread, a Battle Wagon with 3 rockets, and another Battle Wagon with 3 rockets. So here is a picture of deployments. And yeah, we're playing on a bit of a small board, sorry about that. He rolled to deploy first. He's got 2 Warlord traits on Strategic. He rolled Stealth in Ruins, which is awesome, and Night Fight on the first turn, which is also good for him. So he rolled that. So he deployed his 3 killer cans on the left there, and then the truck with the tank busters behind them. Behind the building, you can just see the top of the one of the battle wagons. That's the one with 20 boys and the Mega Armour Warboss in. Then he's got his Death Dread, and just to the right of the Death Dread, behind that building, you can just see the very tops of the grots. And then the same building on the far right, you can see the other battle wagon, and that's got the 5 Mega Knobs and the big mech in. On my side, here I've got my 20 guardsmen with 2 missile launchers. Then I've got my Leman Russ Executioner. Behind them is the platoon command squad. Then directly to their right is the Inquisitorial Henchman Warband with the Order Hereticus Inquisitor. In the building is my company command squad. Then I've got a conscript platoon, that's the big blowout front, with a priest attached. Behind them is the Taurox, which is currently empty. And then to the right is the Taurox Prime, which contains my Scions, my Commissar, and my Warlord Inquisitor. And then to the right of them is 5 Ogryns with the Psyker. So, yep, he's got first turn, but I steal the initiative, which is pretty awesome. Quite happy about that. I hate it when people do that to me, so shouldn't feel too bad. So I draw the first objective card, and it's score objective marker 1, which is right there next to my guardsman, so that was easy. So that was awesome. Got a nice cheeky point there. Here's my movement. I kind of shuffle everything a little bit. My Ogryns go into the building, so they've got a bit more cover. My Tauroxes move a bit forward. I embark the Inquisitorial Henchman Warband into the Taurox, the normal Taurox, just to kind of get them somewhere. And I move everything around a bit. That's it. In my shooting phase, I fire 2 missiles at the killer cans, and I do take a hull point off, and that's great. And my Master of Ordnance aims at the battle wagon, but misses. And this is my my warlord trait was on the Order Malleus chart is the orbital bombardment, the same as the Space Marine Chapter Master. So I used that. I hit directly, and I rolled a 1 and a 2 for my armor pen, so I'd only glance it. Do a hull point, but that was so close to destroying the whole thing. AP1 open topped. Oh, that would have been amazing. But, oh well. Over here, my Taurox with the autocannons takes a long-range pot shot at the truck behind the killer cans all over there, and manages to get a hull point through, which is cool, and stuns the truck, I think. Shakes it, sorry. And then my Leman Russ Executioner opens up and manages to blow 2 of the killer cans apart, which is awesome. Then without any hesitation we go over to his turn, and everything moves up as you might expect. His battle wagons come up as far as they can. His killer cans move forward. His truck moves forward only 6 inches, so he can capture. There's an objective marker just behind the building which he picked up, so the truck's scoring that. And then his tank busters get up, and you can just see them in the building there. Here's a better picture of them in the building. In the shooting phase, both his battle wagons shoot rockets at my Ogrins, but manage to miss entirely, and I'm quite happy with that. And his rocket boys end up shooting my Leman Russ and doing a wound to it, or hull point even. So nothing else happens. We go to my turn, and I draw these objective cards. D3 victory points if the warlord has been killed, and destroy an enemy unit in assault. I just had to keep these just because they will probably come in handy, I think. So that's fine. In my turn, I kind of just move everything around a little bit. I move my Executioner forward and then face the shots to go towards the Death Dread. I want to try and take that out. I don't want that into my Ogrins, to be honest. I move my Taurox around a bit. I've run my Conscripts up quite far just so they can kind of get in the way of the battle wagon. I don't want that hitting anything useful. I'd rather just murder a whole bunch of cheap conscripts and then get shot to pieces. And that's about it. In my Psychic phase, I cast Objuration Mechanicum on his Death Dread. More for the haywire hit than the gets hot, but that was great. Did a whole point there. I'm able to kill a single orc over here with lasguns, and that's cool. And then... yeah, my Executioner, once again, doesn't let me down, blows the Death Dread off the face of the earth. Love that tank. So good, so good. So with nothing else really happening in my turn, I hand over to him. And he comes forward, he comes at me. His battle wagon moves forward and he disembarks his big unit out. His other battle wagon on the right hand side comes forward and the Meganobs jump out. His tank busters jump back in the truck. And his killer can comes forward. That's just about everything. In his shooting phase, his killer can shoots a grot at my Guardsman and kills a bunch. Unfortunately, they pass the morale check. That's fine. Over here, his battle wagon's rockets open up at the side of my Taurox and do a hull point. That's fine. His combi Scorchers fire here and do end up killing an Ogren and doing a wound to another. That's fine. And his tank busters manage to take another hull point off the Executioner, which not only means it's 1 hull point away from dying, but it means if I get 1 overheat with my 5 shots, then it's going to have a bad time. So we go straight into combat, and we go here. I do actually manage to do a wound to one of the Meganobs with my Overwatch, which is quite cool, but they charge in here. And they also charge in here. I'll go into this combat first, and I'm able to actually kill one. I do quite well, which is surprising. But then he hits me back and murders 4 of them. Oh, brutal. He does exactly the right amount of wounds that he needs to do. So I'm not stubborn anymore, because the Ogrins are gone, so my one running Psyker fails the morale check and flees, which is actually not too bad, because it means that he can't catch me, so at least I don't lose my Psyker. I think he's got the tactical objective to kill a Psyker, so that was nice. In this combat, I do pretty well actually. I kill 8 or 9 orcs, which is quite fun, so I get rerolled hits, and I made the prayer roll for reroll wounds, so not too bad. Kill a fair number, but then he hits back and he just murders a whole bunch of them. I decided to take a few of my hits on my priest to kill him, mainly so I could fail my leadership test and get the hell out of there, so I could blow them to pieces. That was my plan. So yeah, they flee. The conscripts flee this way and end up right there. I'll let you know right now they don't rally. They definitely don't. Yeah, so there you go. And we go over to my turn here. So in my turn, quite a lot happens here. My Torks is going to shuffle around, unload their cargo, so my Inquisitorial Henchman Warband is out, and my Scions are out, ready to shoot stuff. My Executioner reverses and kind of faces towards the brick of Meganobs. I want to plasma cannon them in the face. And that's kind of that, really. My Psychic phase, I cast Psychic Shriek on the Meganobs, and I managed to kill one and do a wound to another, so that's pretty awesome. The more wounds I can do to them, the better. And in shooting phase, I'm able to blow a pretty decent chunk out of the orcs. It's down to just the war boss, who's taken a wound, I think, now, and only a handful of orcs. So that's awesome. Really pleased with that. And then my Executioner opens up on the Meganobs and does another bunch of wounds to them, which is really, really nice. Unfortunately, yeah, I rolled one overheat and I didn't roll the 4-up. So Plasma Cannon overheated and blew itself to pieces, which is sad, but that tank has done really well this game. I'm really pleased with it. So I'll live with it. So we go straight into his turn then, because there are no charges. And this is pretty much all that happens. His war boss joins up with his mechs, and his 2 remaining boys charge forward towards the Warlords units, the Scions. And his tank busters hop out of the truck and face towards the Guardsmen. Not really sure where they're going to go. They'll probably go somewhere, either the Henchmen or the Guardsmen. But they end up taking a few shots at the Henchmen. This is just a nice, cool close-up shot of all that's going on over here, which is quite cool. So he's got his war boss there facing off against my my commander's unit. So that's quite cool. Over here, his Grotzukas managed to blow up another whole bunch of my Guardsmen, but they pass the morale check again. And then he charges his tank busters in here, which is fine. I can live with this. It's not too bad of a match-up. I've got my Inquisitor in there, got a bunch of 2 Hammermans in there. They're only tank busters, so they've got a lower number of attacks than normal orcs, if that helps. So yeah, I managed to kill 4 of them, I think. I do pretty well. I killed 1 or 2 with Overwatch, and then I kill another couple in combat before they strike, so I'm quite happy with that. But I do lose 3 or 4 henchmen back. I think I lose 3 back. He loses 4, I lose 3, so I do win by 1, but he makes his break check no problem. So after all that, we go into this combat over here, which of course he charged into. And first thing I do is my Inquisitor throws an Empyrean Brain Mine at his knob. So he fails his initiative test and can't fight in this combat, which is awesome. And the combat itself is absolutely brutal. I've got a power axe on my Commissar, a power fist on my Inquisitor, and a power fist on my Scion Tempesta, and oh, so brutal. Everything just dies. His war boss is put down to 1 wound. My Inquisitor is put down to 1 wound. All of my Scions get killed, and his big mech and his knob get killed. So we pile in like this. So it's the war boss and 1 orc against my Inquisitor, all of whom have 1 wound left. So not looking forward to that. But at the very least, we're striking. I was thinking that as long as the orc doesn't kill me, I'll be able to kill the war boss at the same time as he kills me, so that's fine. Then we go over to here, and I'm kind of thinking of objectives now. I move my Tauroxes to capture objectives, so the Taurox Prime on the right there over towards that objective, the Taurox in the middle up towards the other objective. My command squad hops out of that building and is going to go towards the truck, the battle wagon, sorry, and the squad of guard are going to go towards the tank busters to help the henchmen out. In my psychic phase, I cast Hallucination on the war boss, and I roll the 2, so he gets minus a couple to his. He gets -1 to his sort of weapon skill, attacks, and initiative, which I was hoping The -1 to attacks is always useful when you've got a Power Claw. I was hoping he might just flub his attacks when he goes into combat. Maybe my Inquisitor can win? I don't know. I also charge over here. So I charge in here to the War Boss with my Psyker in the back and the Guardsman and Officer in the front. This is just kind of mainly to kill that Orc. I didn't want that Orc killing my guy. It's fine. Charge over here with my command section. They're just going to blow up the battle wagon. He's got melter bombs, so hopefully do the job. And these guys go into the back here. And I was fairly confident here. I've got a decent number. I know they're only strength 3. But there's enough attacks here that I should be able to just kill the last 4 Orcs. Keep my fingers crossed at least. So, first we go over here and... yeah, that commander straps the melter bomb straight onto the fuel tank and boom, takes the motherfucker out. Really happy about that. It's pretty good rolling, to be honest. But yeah, quite happy with that, so ideal. Then this combat over here, I managed to kill all his tank busters, no problem. Before he even gets a strike, so that's them gone. Happy about that. Just one less thing to worry about. And over here, we kill each other. Yeah, that's right. We kind of basically end up in a challenge. I didn't want to take it with someone else because that would be lame. He only does 1 wound to me, and I end up doing like 3 wounds to him. So he gets flattened, and that's fine. And I control like this. That does give him both the Slay the Warlord and Slayer Psyker tactical objectives, as well as the Warlord objective. But it does give, so that's fine. However, I get both D3 victory points for killing the Warlord. I get 1 for that. I get 1 victory point for killing 3 in the assault phase. That's the tank busters, the war boss, and the orc. I get objective marker 4 with my Taurox Prime, and I get tactical objective number 2 with my Taurox. So right there, I get 6 fresh victory points, which is awesome. And there you go. There's the end of the game. Because I got First Blood, because I got and I also got 7 tactical objectives, I win this game just by, I think it's 7 to 6 victory points. So a really tight game, really close. And if we kept going, it probably would have been a more bigger victory because I would have ended up killing his Killer Can and the other battle wagon and then just taking the objectives as I pleased. So that's fine. But yeah, there you go. But like I said, this is my first 40k battle report. I'm not sure if this format works very well for 40k, so please leave some feedback to let me know what you think. Hopefully I can get some more down. Hopefully I get better at them because it's my first one. I'm just bound to be shit. So yeah, but thanks very much for watching and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.